Today is March 30th, 2019, and the title for this article on NBC is Watch Boston Dynamics Bird-like Robots Stack Boxes Like Nobody's Business. Like nobody's business. So, I think this is an extremely important article. At least the kind of overarching message that people get out of it and that I get out of it, in my opinion, is extremely important. So we'll get into 33, because today has 33 numerology, March 30th. And then we'll also get into space and why this article relates to it. So, Boston Dynamics, I'm sure you've heard of them, released this video. I don't know if this is a real video. I do know that they probably have robots that they can use to do many, 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 many things. But I'm not convinced that this is a real robot. And why is that? Well, because the numerology is just outlandish in this article. It just fits way too perfectly. And, here you have this stupid looking bird robot that's stacking boxes, and what is it doing? Look at this. It's humping the air. And I'm going to show you why that's relevant. These people are phallic worshippers, Freemasons, and all they do is mock us. They mock our intelligence. They don't think that we can see them. They don't think that we can see their numerological rituals. And this to me just looks completely mocking. I suggest you go watch this minute and 13-second long video, 113, 1 minute and 13 seconds. I'll show you why that's relevant too. But let's get into it. So down here, you can see that I have the Gematrinator pulled up with the base ciphers and the single reduction cipher. And then I have the date numerology for March 30th, which is up here. Which, notice the ones we're going to look at is 72, the days of the year, which it's the 89th day of the year, and there's 276 days left in the year. There's 33 date numerology, and I'll get into 43 a little bit. Also notice that yesterday had 44 date numerology, and today, the day after March 29th, which had a life lesson number of 44, we're getting this this article about robots, and it alludes to what they're trying to do with space. And space equals 44 in the most basic cipher, which is English Ordinal. All right, so just look at down here into the Gematrinator. These are ostrich looking robots is how they describe them. Well, ostrich-looking robots in the reverse ordinal is 276, and coincidentally, not coincidentally, the number of days left in the year on today, March 30th, is 276 days left. And ostrich-looking robots sums to 276. And even further, birdbot equals 89 in English Ordinal, and today is the 89th day of the year. Also notice how birdbots has 44 numerology, and we'll get into that with space in a little bit. Really, what this is signaling to people is that the robots are coming. It's innovative, quote innovative. And they're going to come and take basic jobs like stacking boxes because, obviously humans are incapable of doing work fast enough. Work needs to be done fast, So these robots are humans' replacements. And humans' replacements equals 72. In English full reduction gematria. And March 30th has date numerology with 72 in it. To stack these boxes, They describe this arm as a proboscis-like grasping mechanism. That sums to 330 in English Ordinal, which is just like the date, March 30th. And remember, this is meant to replace humans picking up boxes, and replace simply sums to 33. Okay, so why is 33 so important besides the date? It mentions that the robots are guided by machine vision and capable of handling boxes weighing up to 33 pounds. Of course, 33 pounds, because today is March 30th. Let's see, somewhere it says that today they're only lifting boxes of, yes, 11 pounds. The box being stacked in the video weigh about 11 pounds. Okay, well, why is that? Well, just bots. Bots equals 11 in English full reduction, and robotics equals 101 in English ordinal, which looks a lot like 11. And I mentioned that, this movement that they made the robot do is like a humping, it's like a proboscis humping the air, humping the 33 box. So humping equals 101 in reverse ordinal, like 11. It's humping the 11-pound box. It's pointing to it with its robot dick, right? It's just mocking people. Also notice that humping has 43, a value of 43 in English full reduction gematria, and today has 43 numerology and kind of the lesser date numerologies. So one thing before I get into space is that in the article they mentioned that the logistics business is quite thirsty for robots right now. I mean, again, these people are, they encode everything with sex because they know that humans like sex. It's like the biggest form of manipulation besides drugs. And, the logistics business is quite thirsty for these humping robots, You see what this is encoding to people? It's getting them excited for this. It's getting them excited to be citizens of Earth in the space age. So logistics, which is, organization. Logistics equals 113, and this video is that they give us. This video is 1 minute and 13 seconds, 113, just like logistics. It's telling people, trust logistics, try to get everything as organized. Efficiency is the best. It's the best for you. It's the best for the world. Because we can never stop doing things faster and faster and faster. It can never be fast enough. So, with that said, let's get into space. Space equals 44 in English ordinal. These robots came out of MIT Media Lab and Boston Dynamics. So MIT Media Lab, that equals 44 in English full reduction. Also note that box stacking, like the robots, is 44 in English full reduction. And bird bots is also 44 in single reduction, where S equals 10 instead of 1. Another thing to note is that these robots are like the next version of a robot called Handle, right? Because these robots handle boxes, and handle equals 44 in English ordinal. And So the whole thing about space, these elites are obsessed with space. That is what they want. They want space travel and they want it now, you know? They want space travel now and they don't give a crap about the expense that it is. So, if people knew kind of the truth about their plans, there would be no way that they'd be on board for this. Because once we start traveling into space and other planets, that's where all our resources are going to go towards. You know, the Earth is going to be so polluted, and they're going to be say this needs to get done, and all of our resources are going to go into it, and it's really just going to leave Earth to be this really kind of nasty place. Focus isn't going to be paid attention to Earth because focus is going to be paid attention to colonizing other places, to getting out of Earth. These people are obsessed with it. And that's what robots are. They need robots to travel through space, This replacement of humans with robots, it's symbolic of a death, kind of. And 44, well, kill equals 44 in English Ordinal. And what is this article explaining to you? This symbolic, at this point, the symbolic and eventual kind of death of life as we know it. Death from the simple life, death from, the relaxing life, because we are eventually going to have to work kind of slave jobs to feel this new world that they're going to create, this new universe, spacefaring. And the transition is going to be absolutely horrible. If you have never seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, directed by Stanley Kubrick, along with the rest of his movies, I highly suggest that you watch them. And that is because he reveals a lot of things to the common person that are very, they're subtle, but they're also kind of blatant. And if you don't know about A Clockwork Orange, it's kind of a cult movie, It's kind of a cult classic. And when people watch it, I swear that they get, they enjoy it. They enjoy watching it. It's like a cool movie to them, It's trippy. But that should not be the message that's out from it. The message from that movie is that there's no law and order in the world. People are allowed to do whatever they want. They can go buy drugs wherever they want, because it's legal. And, everything is destroyed. It's a post-war world. And, the people in it are just absolutely stupid. Like, the characters in the movie are the stupidest characters I've ever seen in this, massively intelligent movie. And there's a plot in the movie that kind of masks this greater plot in the universe that Stanley Kubrick has created. The minor plot in the universe is kind of about government experimentation and just normal life in this new world. But the greater plot is that the governments aren't serving their citizens. They're in space. They're experimenting. Their concern is not the livelihoods of their population. And there's this scene in it where the anti-hero and his little gang go and beat up a homeless man. And the homeless man, let me just read to you what he says as they're about to beat him up. He says, "Oh, it's no world for an old man any longer. What sort of a world is it at all? Men on the moon, and men spinning around the earth, and there's no attention paid to earthly law and order no more. And then he sings a song that sounds like, like an anthem. Oh dear land, I fought for thee, and more, you know? And then they proceed to just beat the crap out of him. To me, this is like the old man represents just the people who did not ask for this. People like me who see exactly where these elites are leading the world, how they're brainwashing people into asking for it. The old man to me represents the conspiracy theorist who's kind of grown up and is now a gutter alcoholic, homeless man because he hates this new world. And, he explains that science and technology are the priorities of mankind, while, the spirit, the human spirit, you could say the God spirit in man, the good God spirit, is just, it doesn't matter anymore. People don't care. They want to travel in space. The elites who, got to buy whatever they want, whenever they wanted, got to just get whatever they want their entire lives, will be getting exactly what they want because people are allowing it to happen. Because they do numerological rituals on people and it works. It's magic. It brainwashes people. They got this down to a science. And I think Stanley Kubrick, he was up high in these elite circles. He knew what was going on. He knew their plans. And I have to, for my own sanity, think that he was trying to tell people, to warn them. And I think they allow this to happen because they find it as fair. It is fair, I guess, because it's a way of telling people what's going to happen. It's just people don't want to watch a movie and think critically about it anymore. It's so sad. There is no earthly law and order anymore when we focus all our attention on science and technology at a rapid pace. And we just let people do what they want. So, let your friends know. It's hard to let your family know. Just remember that ostrich-looking robots, that equals 276 in reverse ordinal, just like the days left in the year. And bird bots equals 89, just like the number of days that have gone by in the year until March 30th. Don't just accept things. Never accept things. Always ask questions. Always look deeper. You can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. Especially if they're linked to elites, media, money. These people are bad news.